Ooh, they make good binoculars too.
Welcome to the video.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Pikes Peak series, where we are taking this 2013 Multistrada 1200s and taking it from used to ready for track. And to me, that means going over everything and cleaning everything up to make sure it is a-okay and that I have full confidence in the bike when I arrive at the track. We're making really good progress, and we've gotten a lot of things changed already, like the coolant, the oil, the front and rear brakes. The fuel sensor we got swapped out, as well as we removed all the fairings, the gas tank. We added a couple electrical goodies for both now and a little later. We added a battery tender, and I wired in the quad lock wiring for the USB port. This bike still has the Evap canister, and we are going to delete that since we have the gas tank off and everything's kind of accessible at the moment. And we have a couple parts still that I think are really going to add the final touches and really bring this bike all together. So stay tuned to see those, and let's get to it. I'm on the ground. I have a lift. I'm still kneeling on the ground. Anyway. All right, so now we're on the other side of the bike, and we remembered that we have a lift, so that's great. We're gonna need a set of pliers to reach in and get those clamps and remove those. So I've got my wiring cleaned up best I can. I got most of it shoved down over there, but that'll be good. We got our Evap box deleted, and I think we are ready to put the gas tank back on. All right, so we've gone ahead and removed our Evap box. We went and put our gas tank back on. We have that bolted on. We have our lines hooked up, so that is all done. Let's start putting on some fairings. I feel like this should be like some kind of, oh, there you go. I feel like it'd be a good hat. Maybe if that was the bill. This would be like if I was a transformer. They make good binoculars too. This thing is sweet. This carbon beak is by far my favorite part about this whole motorcycle, honestly. This thing is just amazing. We had a little bit of a setback. If you're noticing, the fairings are now off the bike and we had to re-loosen the gas tank. Here, let me show you what happened. So on the other side of the gas tank, these are the lower fuel connectors, and when I said be careful when putting them back on, I didn't listen to myself. Be extra careful. There's 2 O-rings. Right now this one only has 1. I removed the O-ring, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. So if you guys can tell, that O-ring has a little tear in it, and when I had the fairings all on and primed the bike, fuel started leaking out of our one connector. So better to catch it now, but it's definitely an annoying thing to deal with. We went and got some fuel rated O-rings, and we're gonna go ahead and swap that out, but just be extra careful. Turn the bike on right when you put your gas tank back on to make sure you didn't mess the fittings up. That way you don't have to remove all the fairings like I did. So learn from my mistakes and test it before you put the bike back together. Here, the fuel pump is on and these are not leaking. So our O-ring fixed definitely worked. Now that we've verified we have no leaks and everything is good, we're ready to put the fairings back on again. So now that it looks like a Multistrada again, we're gonna go ahead and change our clutch reservoir fluid. We already changed our front and rear brake fluids, but now we're gonna match that and change our clutch reservoir so that is nice and clean, and we know that will be good on track. We also have to clean our sprocket and chain, but before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and tape the headlights up and also the taillights and these little handguard lights. So let's get to that.
Last time we used this, it started smoking, so we're gonna see how it does.
Oh, it smells. That's not good.
Did we fix it?
I think it works.
Oh, wait, can we take just the taillight out?
Yo! That's slick. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's get this taped up. Okay, so there's our fully taped up light, and even if it was plugged in, no light would get through it. So we got the lights all taped off. I think they look great. And the last thing we're gonna do before we throw the rear end together is bleed this clutch reservoir and get all this fluid out.
Look how nice that shock looks exposed.
And this bike's really starting to clean up pretty nice in track prep.
Look how caked on that stuff is. That's disgusting. Oh yeah, gross.
Blech. This hasn't been cleaned in a while, which is fine. That's what we're here for. Look how beautiful this thing is, guys. I am absolutely in love and in awe. There's even machined surfaces on the back of the sprocket that you normally can't tell. We're just about finished up and we're just adding the final touches. One of the last things to do is add the wheel nut, but instead of using the OEM wheel nut, we will be using the CNC Racing wheel nut, and this thing is amazing. Even the weight's so substantial. I went and got the food scale. So instead of this green cap that doesn't match anything, we went ahead and got ourselves the CNC Racing billet caps, and that's going to be our final touch to the deal. Put a couple layers of this on. That's what the pros don't want you to know. Might as well color in the whole thing, right?
This is absolutely hilarious. It looked just fine before.
But Sharpieing it in isn't the perfect way to finish it off. I don't know what it is. It's been a long day. I've been wrenching out here for about 12 hours. We ran into some issues, but we overcame everything, and overall the bike is together, and I'm super happy. I fell in love with this thing. It really cleans up from a touring bike down to what it is right now behind me. It really is beautiful, and I'm really happy to own this bike and really lucky to get it to ride it on track. And there you have it. That's how you take a used bike and get it ready for the track. We went over pretty much everything I wanted to, and at least put my eyes on everything I needed to feel confident in this bike behind me and be able to get as much as I can out of its performance as possible. Once we burn through the Angel GT2, we're going to swap it for this Diablo Corsa 2 tire, and then that'll give us a little bit more feel, a sportier feel on this thing. So I'm really interested to see how it handles on this touring tire and the sport tire as well. So if you're interested in that, please hit the subscribe button. All that content's coming soon. If you'd like this video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. And I want to thank you again for watching.
A long day. I'm defeated. There's too many cameras to move, too many lights.
But she's done. Sharpie and all.
That's a beautiful bike. This is a great purchase. To anyone who tells you don't buy the bike, they're wrong. Buy the bike.